Vijayalakshmi Sharma.
विजयलक्ष्मी is there.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
RJS का एग्जाम क्यों दे रहे हैं?
Sir, there are multiple reasons for me choosing to become an artist. So the first of all being that it is a very dignified post. So it's a class 1 job. Second of
Yes.
yes.
Is other jobs like RAS,
Yes.
IAS are more dignified?
So they are also dignified, but there are further other reasons which I think that.
And second reason?
Yes, sir. The second reason being that, sir, I was inspired since I was a child to become an artist because I've seen in my surroundings and people around me who were artists.
Who inspired you?
So I have done certain internships also, and even in certain family members.
Your father was ADJ.
Sorry, Rajiv Gupta की फैमिली से।
Okay.
आप बिहारी लाल गुप्ता की फैमिली से
So
हैं
my
ना?
grandmother.
ये ब्रदर की फैमिली से।
अभी मेरे दूसरे साथी भी आपसे पूछ सकते हैं। क्यों नहीं?
जी सर.
सबसे जो बड़ा प्लेन एंड सिंपल जवाब है कि केवल राजस्थान जुडिशियल सर्विस का एग्जाम एक ऐसा एग्जाम है जिसमें 25% सीट्स गर्ल्स के लिए रिजर्व है।
जी सर.
आज आप जयपुर राजस्थान का सबसे बड़ा सेंटर 30 सॉरी मोर देन 25। आज राजस्थान का जयपुर सबसे बड़ा सेंटर है और जयपुर की सारी कोर्स बनी पार्क में है। बनी पार्क कोर्स का सारे चक्कर लगा लो तो आपको हर अवसर कोई महिला ही नजर आएंगी ऑफिसर। तो साहब इसलिए मेरे को चांस से जाना है मेरे यहाँ पर सिलेक्शन के बहुत रैंक की।
जी सर.
ठीक है ना?
So the other reason which is also very important that is that judiciary is only one of the few jobs in which there is very less interference of politics and doing whatever we think is just. So that is one of another reason for me choosing judiciary.
Why it is less interference?
So because independence of judiciary which has been provided by constitution has been
Are you
maintained.
sure that please excuse me, are elevations from advocates quota are on merit basis?
So I am not aware about that technicality.
Then how you can say?
But lower judiciary, I think most of it is still very secured from political interference. Lower judiciary, as far as I know.
बिहारी लाल जी क्या होते हैं आपके?
So grandfather. Yes, sir.
बिहारी लाल जी इतने बढ़िया अफसर, इतने बढ़िया अफसर और मैंने तो मतलब अब मैं रिकॉग्नाइज कर पाया हूँ आयुषी को। पहले तो मैं कर ही नहीं पाया था। आयुषी के फादर बहुत अच्छे जुडिशियल अफसर हैं और बिहारी लाल जी तो जब मैं नया मजिस्ट्रेट था बनी बार कोर्स में बैठा सिविल लॉ के मास्टर और मेहनती इतने कि जब वो मजिस्ट्रेट थे तब तो स्टेनो होते ही नहीं थे। वो हाथ से ही वेरी प्लेन एंड सिंपल पर्सन। बिहारी लाल जी की मैं आज भी दिल से इच्छा करता हूँ। तो क्या क्या तैयारी करी आयुषी आपने?
Sir, I have tried to study the entire RJS syllabus, but CPC is my favorite subject.
CPC
Yes,
CPC में क्या पढ़ा?
So nothing in particular. I haven't revised CPC recently, so sir, I'm unable to say.
What is set off?
So set off is given under Order 826 of CPC, and in this, sir, a second claim is given by the defendant, and which is set off. It is only done in cases of money suit, and in such cases the money which is claimed by the plaintiff is set off by the demands of defendant in the same suit.
And what is counterclaim?
So counterclaim is different than set off, and it is in the nature of a separate suit. So it may usually it does not necessarily be in cases of money decree only, and it need not be for a certain sum of money, and it is treated as a separate suit and a separate judgment is given.
Explain us by a very simple and short example.
Okay, sir. So, for example, in a suit for suit for money recovery of money, plaintiff claims from defendant money of rupees 1 lakh. However, there is a previous decree which is in favor of defendant of rupees 50,000. Then that 50,000 will be set off in favor of the defendant, and only the defendant has to pay rupees 50,000, which is the remainder of 1 lakh to the plaintiff. However, in counterclaim there is not necessarily a certain sum of money. There is, if the plaintiff brings a suit for rupees 1,000 against defendant, then the defendant himself may bring a suit for rent or any other thing which in there, and both can be separately determined and can be set off with each other in counterclaim, which is provided in Rule 6A of Order 8 of CPC.
What is decree?
So decree is defined under Section 2, Clause 2 of CPC. In this, it is also any formal adjudication of court in a suit which conclusively determines rights of the parties is a decree, and there have been two deemed decree provisions also. One is that rejection of claim is a decree, and so the second one being the determination of questions under Section 144 is also a decree.
What is difference between decree and order?
So order is defined under Section 2 Clause 14 of CPC. In this, it is defined as any adjudication of court which is not a decree is an order. So, sir, it is not necessarily given in a suit, as decree is given only in a suit. So, any order which is an order may be given in a suit or may not be given in a suit. Whereas a decree can be preliminary and final, or partly preliminary or partly final. However, an order is never preliminary or final.
What is difference between preliminary decree and final decree?
So, in cases of preliminary decree, further proceedings are required for the final disposal of the case. However, in final decree, the case comes to an end when a final decree is passed.
How much amount of a selling person can you attach in execution of decree?
So, I think to the extent of first 1,000 rupees are not included, and then to the extent of 2/3 cannot be attached. Yes, sir.
These provisions are mentioned in the
So, Section 60 of CPC.
What is the difference between admission and confession?
Yes, sir. Ma'am, first of all, that confession is an admission in criminal cases done by the accused confessing as to his guilt or all the circumstances which constitute his guilt. So, so it can be said that confession is a subset of admission. So, and if I have to further elaborate, then admissions can be done both in civil cases as well as criminal cases. However, confessions can only be done in criminal cases. So that is one difference, and admission can be made by the parties or his agent or any person to whom he particularly refers, and confession can only be made by the person accused of an offence. And certain confessions are barred from being admissible, such as made to a police officer or under threat, promise or inducement. However, no such disability has been provided for any cases of admissibility.
Confession to the police officer, up to what extent it can be?
Now, the provisions as to admissibility of confession as to police officer are given in Section 27 of Indian Evidence Act, which states that when an information has been given to police officer as to any fact, and such fact is subsequently discovered, then such information is admissible to the extent of discovery of that fact as per 27 of Indian Evidence Act.
What is leading question?
So, leading questions are the questions which the term has been defined in Section 141 of Indian Evidence Act, and it has been defined as any questions from which the person who is asking them, the party who is asking them, it either wants to or intends to to get an answer. Such questions are leading questions.
Whether minor is a competent witness.
Yes, ma'am. Minor is a competent witness provided that that he is able to give sound answers, intelligible answers to the question and inspires the confidence of the board. Then
What about deaf and dumb?
they are also competent witnesses. However, their written testimony will also be considered as an oral testimony as per section 199 of Indian Evidence Act.
Constitution violation.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the witness written Article 32 and 226?
Yes, ma'am. There are basically two differences, major differences which I am able to recall right now. One of them being that both provides for writ to different courts. Article 32 provides for writ to Honorable Supreme Court. However, Article 226 of Constitution provides to writ to High Courts. So, first of all, Article 32 is a fundamental right, whereas Article 226 is not a fundamental right. And secondly, there is a difference in grounds on which writ can be filed. For example, in Article 32, only for breach of fundamental rights a writ can be filed in Honorable Supreme Court. However, in respected High Courts, writ can be filed for a breach of fundamental rights as well as for other legal rights. So, the jurisdiction is wider in cases of Article 226. Yes, sir.
Chair?
Next, okay.
आयुषी
एक सिचुएशन है एक अफीम का व्यापारी है, अफीम बेचता है, उन लोग के लिए प्रॉफिट है। वो एक 17 साल के लड़के को एक जीप देता है और अफीम दे देता है और एक पिस्टल भी दे देता है। तो वो लेकर जा रहा है और उसे ये अफीम पंजाब में लेके जाती, चित्तौड़ से पंजाब जाता है, वो चूक में जाकर पकड़ लिया जाता है। जैसे पुलिस उसे पकड़ने आती है, वो अपने पिस्टल से उसे लगता है। तो मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ कौन सी कोर्ट उसका ट्रायल करेगी और इस 17 साल का है।
Sir, in CRPC it has been provided that when an offence is committed during a course of journey or voyage, then any place which falls.
मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ which court is competent to try him?
So may I take a moment to think about it? Yes, sir. So at the preliminary instance, he will be taken to the juvenile justice court. However, sir, the offence is not of his own mind. The offence has been abetted by that adult person. So I think the trial should be made by normal criminal courts. That is, if the offence is of murder, then by honorable session court.
Are you agree he is juvenile?
So
17 साल का है,
so,
जुवेनाइल है या नहीं?
so he is juvenile as of now, but after the preliminary
चिल्ड्रन
assessment.
कोर्ट्स क्या है? चिल्ड्रन कोर्ट्स
Yes, sir. So children's court have been given in JJ Act, in which a person, if a person who is of age between 16 to 18 and if he commits an heinous offence, then such person, and after preliminary assessment it is considered that such person will be is fit to be tried as per adult law, then he will be treated by children's court and tried by it. So but at the first.
NDPS कोर्ट
Sir, NDPS is not. Sir, NDPS Act में प्रोवाइड.
आपको क्या लगा कि इसमें चिल्ड्रन कोर्ट ट्राई करेगी जस्टिस बोर्ड और NDPS कोर्ट?
Sir, at preliminary instance, he will be taken to juvenile justice board only because they will determine whether he is fit to be tried as an adult or not, because there are other factors which need to be considered before considering a child to be whether an heinous offence has been committed or not, or whether he had that particular mental.
Admittedly, he is 17 years old only.
Yes, sir.
Then which court we try? Juvenile court or ordinary court, criminal court?
So juvenile court, sir.
What is the age limit for juvenile?
So 18 years, sir. So it has been amended in the new act. The both child and juvenile has been defined as any person who is under 18 years of age.
हाँ, चिल्ड्रन कोर्ट करेगी इसका।
Okay, sir.
It was 17, 16 plus.
चिल्ड्रन कोर्ट करेगी, जुवेनाइल जस्टिस बोर्ड नहीं, चिल्ड्रन कोर्ट करेगी।
Juvenile Justice Board is only for determining about his ability, understanding. If there is no clear age proof, then about age also. But trial will be conducted by the court, ordinary criminal court or juvenile justice court. The board is not competent to try the cases.
So in other cases other than heinous offences, the board is competent. Yes, and JJ board is competent to the best of my knowledge in other in serious and in small offences. The JJ board is competent to try other than heinous offences to the best of my knowledge, sir.
हाँ, चिल्ड्रन कोर्ट आएगा इसमें।
Okay, sir.
This problem was asked in NDJ exam.
Okay, sir.
हाँ, अभी आया है।
अच्छा सर
रिजल्ट आया था लिखाने के लिए। इसलिए से तो बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स को जुडिशल को लेकर कंफ्यूजन था। किसी ने जुवेनाइल जस्टिस बोर्ड से कराया, कुछ ने एनडीपीएस कोर्ट स्पेशल कोर्ट से भी कराया, किसी ने चिल्ड्रन कोर्ट। तो चिल्ड्रन कोर्ट ही है उसका
Proper answer.
प्रॉपर आंसर।